ADA, we start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. If we revert to an analysis, since the price was within this move, we mentioned we can look for buy. And when the price break 1.28, and as long as the price is within the 1.28 and 1.32, we can expect to get the correction. And this is what we get. Okay. Anyway, to trade for this move, we have to trade based on lower time frame with a small flags. This is the what we mentioned over analysis. This is the only way we could trade based on the small flag. Rather than that, based on 1 hour chart, we didn't have any trade set up. Okay. And even we mentioned we can expect the price sharply to break this move. As we can see, no. The thing is, can we, if we get any correction from now, we can look for trade for buy. But right now, we cannot confirm. If we wants to look for the flag, we need to be quite careful because almost the price is at the previous stop. Okay. And even if you refer to the indicators, we see the divergence. All right. Now, this is the reasons why we put these lines. Okay. Anyway, we were expecting to get the correction based on 1 hour chart, but we didn't have the proper trade setup. That's why I mentioned we can trade based on lower time frame, 15 minutes. And if we move to forward daily chart, we want to see whether we can get the continuation. Mostly we can expect to get the consolidation here before we get the next move, or at least we get the correction based on lower time frame. Anyway, how we can look for trade? In this case, we move to forward chart. And the only thing is, if we want to look for buy based on 1 hour chart, we should get the correction here. All right, since we get this sharp move. And beside that, we have 1, 2, 3. We don't have the divergence. That's why still we can look for the running flat. That means if we get the correction, we can put these two relative to each other. Any trade, it can give us a good trade, but it depends. We need to get the correction here, either from here or even the price move higher. But since uh, since the price is almost near to the broke the previous top, we can expect to get the correction here, similar to what we have here. All right, if we get any correction, we can look for buy. Rather than that, we cannot jump into the trade. And right now we want to see, can we get the complex or bigger correction, at least similar to what we have here, before we look for the next trade. And beside that, again, we should know that about the possibility of the bigger flat. We are not looking for the down move. Even I mentioned my last video, we need to know that if we want to look for trade for buy, we have to get the trade set up. And any trade with the flags, we have to look for, consider as a short term. The only reason is if we see any drop with the flag, this is where we are not going to look for buy anymore. Then we see whether we can look for sell or not. Simply, if I put here, simply because of this one can turn to a bigger correction, bigger flat, because as we can see, 1, 2, 3 is a flat in relative to this for 1 more drop. And for sure, if we get any sell setup in terms of the risk and reward, it can give us really good trade, and we can expect the price to drop quite sharp. Okay, that's why right now, if we want to look for buy, we have to wait to get the correction. Mostly we're looking for buy, not the sell. The only times we can look for sell if we see any reversal with the flag or correction. Then from there, we consider whether we should look for sell or not. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't mean we have the different opportunity. The possibility. We're talking about putting all the possibility beside each other, and we should know, be aware of what we are talking. Similar to what I was explaining when the price was here. I mentioned if we want to look for buy, we have to get the price to drop, and exactly this is what we get before we get the this move. We have been looking for buy, we have been looking for this. That's why I was keep mentioning, let the price drop. This is what we get before we get the trade. It doesn't mean we couldn't buy it here. We could buy it here, but we have to keep the longer time. And when the price drop, mostly we cannot confirm how deep it can go. As you can see, almost the price was near to the top. Tag the previous low, near to the previous low. All right, that's why if we want to look for here, we need to know about another possibility. That's why I was keep mentioning, wait for the correction, wait for the trade setup. Okay, anyway, we don't have any trade setup, and if you want to trade based on lower time frame, we consider as a short term. The best thing is if we get any running flat, then we can look for next trade. We still be looking for buy, still be looking for continuation, but we have to get the trade set up because the price almost near to the previous stop, almost take the previous stop. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.